Mizmor LeDavid, Adonai roi lo echsar, minot sheyarbitzeni, al me menuchot yanachaleni, nafshi yishovev, yanacheni v'magle tzedek lema'an shemo, gam ki elech begitz al mavet, lo irara ki ata imati, shivtecha mishantecha hema yenachamuni. Ta'aroch lefanai shulchan neged sorirai. Dishanta vashemen roshi kosiri vaya ach tov chesed yirdifuni koyam echayai vishaveti beveit Adonai leorech yamim. I've chanted for you the words of the 23rd Psalm. On these most difficult days, and days when we are in search of comfort and solace, we often turn to the psalmist. And so I recite these words and invite, if you like to recite them with me, I invite you to do so. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. In the rising of the sun and in its going down, we will remember her. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we will remember her. In the opening buds and in the rebirth of spring, we will remember her. In the blueness of sky and in the warmth of summer, we will remember her. In the rustling of leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we will remember her. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we will remember her. When we are weary and in need of strength, we will remember her. When we are lost and sick at heart, we will remember her. When we have joys we yearn to share, we will remember her. So long as we live, she too will live. For she is now a part of us, as we remember Nelli Pergamenshchik. To her children, Igor and Alla, also to Sophia, Leonid, Dennis. To her grandchildren, Igor, Alec, Anna, also to Eugene and Julia, and to her great-granddaughter, her precious Paulina, and to all the members of the family and so many very dear and cherished friends. We've come together today to remember, but also to find strength in celebrating the life of your beloved Nelli. Our sages in their wisdom have taught us that birth is a beginning and death a destination, and life is a journey from childhood to maturity, from youth to age, from innocence to awareness and ignorance to knowing, from foolishness to discretion and then, perhaps, to wisdom, from weakness to strength or strength to weakness and often back again, from health to sickness and back we pray to health again, from offense to forgiveness, from loneliness to love, from joy to gratitude, from pain to compassion, from grief to understanding, and from fear to faith, from defeat to defeat to defeat, until looking backward or ahead we see that victory lies not in some high place along the way, but in having made the journey, stage by stage, a sacred pilgrimage. Birth is a beginning, and death a destination, and life is a journey, a sacred pilgrimage to life everlasting. Nelli's journey of 87 years began in 1929. She was born in Gomel, Belarus, to Pasha and Zalman Riskin. And Nelli and her older brother Misha, who now is of blessed memory, they grew up in what could have been described as a middle-class family. And in their earlier years, their childhood years, they were happy years. Happy times, until about 1941, when the expansion of World War II changed this family forever. Their country, and especially the Jews of this country, were either engaged in war or more likely running from the Nazis. Nelli's father went to fight in the Russian army, as did her brother Misha, who at the time was only 16 years old. He was underage to join, but the family was hungry. They were starving, and it was a solution. It was a means of survival, a way that their family could be ensured that Misha in the army was at least getting some food. And so while Nelli's father and brother were in the Russian army, she and her mother Pasha were left to fend for themselves. Pasha, it seems, was quite a resourceful woman, and her survival instincts led her to sell some of her possessions on the black market. And for this, she was caught and she was arrested and thrown in jail, leaving Nelli in a way alone. By the time Pasha was out of jail, Nelli was literally starving. Thankfully, though, Pasha found her daughter and was able to bring her back to health. And following the war, this family of four was thankfully reunited. Sometime in 1948, while still in Belarus, Nelli attended a dance. She was barely 18 years old, and she was stunning. She was beautiful. And that evening she met the young and handsome Vladimir. A courtship began, and this led to love and to marriage. And in 1949, they brought their first child, Igor, into the world. Alla soon followed. Igor and Alla, having Nelli as your mother, this was a life lesson in what it meant to be organized and focused and strong-willed and determined. You remember a mother who was a beautiful woman, inside and outwardly. You remember a mom who would wake up so very early to clean the house and do all the cooking, prepare all the meals, and then she would continue to dress impeccably to be off to the beauty shop before most people were even out of bed. You knew a mom who was, yes, a strong woman, and you understood why she was a strong woman, and that she had to be a strong woman. You knew a mom who in so many ways was a survivor. And in addition to that, Igor and Alla, you knew your mom to be smart, resourceful. You shared with me that in Russia, there were many restrictions with regards to the Jewish population, what they could and could not do. And if I understood correctly, you shared that only 30% of the Jewish students were admitted to certain universities. Nelli, who was always a fighter, she was deliberate in making proper connections to ensure that you, Alla, could go to medical school and become the nurse that you dreamed of becoming. And Igor, you and your sister, you knew a mother who not only worked full-time, but you remember a mom who dedicated herself as a caretaker to her parents when they needed her. Nelli's father had several health issues, and Nelli would always make sure, in the midst of everything she was doing, raising a family and working, she still would always make sure to get her father to Moscow for all of his treatments and medical procedures. And Nelli's mother suffered as well with cancer, and she devoted herself to taking care of both her parents. I'm also told that Nelli was a great friend to so many people. She was blessed to have wonderful friends, and she herself was a wonderful friend. But I must mention two of Nelli's friends, Zina, a friend for nearly 70 years, and also Clara, a lifelong friend. Clara and Zina, along with Zina's children, had so much to do with Nelli and her family making their way to America. In 1989, Nelli and Vladimir, along with Alla and her family, you all came to the United States. Nelli, it seems, was the driving force on this journey. And once all of you arrived and settled in Cleveland, Nelli and Vladimir jumped into action so that Leonid could work full-time, so that Alla could become certified to continue her nursing work. This, of course, left a big question mark on who would take care of the children. And Nelli and Vladimir were there. They were always there, taking care of Igor and Alec, picking them up from school, getting them to appointments, whatever it was they needed. Alla, you saw in your mom a woman who was remarkably strong. You shared with me, you said the following: I am the woman today because of her. I am the woman I am today because of her. How many of us who are blessed to be mothers hope and pray that someday our children, even our grandchildren, might be able to say that about us. Alla and Igor, you saw this mom, this matriarch who was not just an incredible mom, but who was also a dedicated daughter, a devoted wife, and for so many people in your family, the main caregiver. This was her essence. She wanted to take care of everyone, and she did. When living in Cleveland, she liked to travel with some of her friends. She had so many friends in Cleveland's Russian community. It was like almost being at home. She loved life, and in loving life, she worried. She worried so much, worried about everyone, worried about her children, her grandchildren, her friends, that everybody would just be okay. In 2011, she began a series of health challenges, but she stayed strong. She kept trying. She kept fighting. And Igor, while you and Sophia and Anna, you live in Kentucky, you understood what family meant to her. And you were always there for her as well. Igor, you reminded me that it was so amazing to you when she would get on a bus. Several times she did this, this was back in the day when she had almost no knowledge at all of English. She would get on a bus, take, a 6-hour bus ride to come visit you, to help take care of Anna. And it wasn't just impressive that she had the guts, the chutzpah, we might say, to do this, but it took some bravery. I think I shared with you as we spoke last night, this past Shabbat in the Torah was the portion known as Lech Lecha. Abraham and Sarah hear a voice, the voice of God. And God tells Abraham and Sarah, go, Lech Lecha. Leave your land, leave your parents' home, leave your family, leave everything you know and go forth. And in so many ways, Igor, your mom showed this bravery throughout her life, leaving Russia, coming here, being brave and strong enough to get on a bus not knowing a word of English to come and visit you. And Alla, you were the in-town child, her main caretaker in these last 5 or 6 years. Every day at the nursing home, before you went to work and after your day was done. And Alla, the love, the respect that you showed her, the care that you gave her, this does not go unnoticed. This is what we say is the greatest mitzvah of all, and you are certainly an example to everyone around you. She was fearless. She was a fighter. Even the night before she died, Alla, you were there with her the whole night, and you said she did not want to die. And she waited. She waited for family to get there. from Kentucky, from Illinois. This is what she was about. She was about survival. She was about loving her family. She was about protecting her family. We join with the sages of our people as we say, Zichrona livrach. May Nelli always be remembered as a blessing, and may the good deeds that she performed here in the land of the living inspire all of us. Amen. We're taught that words which come from our heart go directly to the heart. There are 3 people who have words from their heart to share with us today. And so first I would like to call on her daughter, Alla. And Alla's going to just get some moral support with her sons.
Я буду говорить по-русски, потому что многие из вас не поняли, что она говорила по-английски. Я хочу сказать спасибо всем, кто пришли поддержать нас в этот тяжелый день и сказать последнее до свидания моей маме. Вы, кто знал мою маму, вы знали, какая она была сильная женщина, что она всегда я была удивлена, насколько она была сильна, и насколько если она что-то хотела, моя мама добилась, вы это знаете все. Я ее дочка, значит, я сильная тоже. First of all, я вам хочу сказать, что мама любила всех вас, когда она была в своем уме. Она знала всех и вспоминала Клару и Зину и всех друзей. Когда последние 3 месяца были очень тяжелые для нас. И я хочу сказать спасибо всем, кто поддерживали нас, мои дети. Денис, мой бойфренд, который приносил мне еду, у меня холодильник был пустой, obviously, который чистил мой хаус все время. Леня, который смотрел Полину, помогал Игорю. Я хочу сказать спасибо моим друзьям, Рене и Глория, которые поддерживали меня и смотрели. Бианка, она была ее основной caretaker with me. Я знаю, что она больше не с нами, но я знаю, что она будет с нами. Я знаю, что она будет охранять моих детей, что она будет охранять всех нас. Я тебя люблю, мама, больше жизни. Я знаю, что ты любила меня тоже. Спасибо всем, что вы пришли.
The person who has known Nelli the longest, who is here today, is her dear friend Zina, and Zina has some words to share with us as well.
Страшно даже подумать, что Нелли нет с нами. Ее веселье, ее ума, ее пробивной силы. Даже не верится, что ее нет. Я знаю Нелли уже, наверное, 70 лет. Мы дружили очень. Мы были очень большими друзьями. Нелли – это человек, который всю свою жизнь отдавал детям и внукам. Она их, все мы любим, детей и внуков, но так, как любила она, так, как она каждую минуту думала о них, это просто невозможно, это выше человеческих сил. Она начинала день с того, что она обзванивала всех детей, внуков. Она видела, какая погода, могла позвонить Сашке в Чикаго. «Сашенька, очень холодно, не забудь одеть пальто». Игорю: Алла, что-то мне твой голос не нравится, пожалуйста. Ой, голова тебе болит, прими иксидрин. Она всем давала советы. И каждый прислушивался к тому, что она говорила. И она не то, что была безучастная, она не то, что говорила и забывала, она об этом помнила, она потом могла об этом спросить. Она была так счастлива, когда Алла подтвердила свой диплом. Она была на 7 небе. Она очень много вложила в то, что Алла получила диплом, потому что они с Вовой возили ее на занятия. Они все время там ждали. Потом она забирала детей. Дети очень часто бывали у Нелли. Она их кормила и поила, и она им всю любовь свою отдавала. Что можно сказать? Она была очень хорошим другом. Мы с ней очень тесно дружили. Когда не стало моего мужа, они каждую минуту свободную отдавали мне. Они ко мне приходили, они ко мне приезжали. А когда я заболела и узнала, Нелли, что где-то в Киеве есть какой-то чудо-врач, который всех излечивает, они приехали на машине ко мне и говорят: собирайся, поехали в Киев. Я говорю: вы что? Поехали, он тебя вылечит. И они меня повезли в Киев. И они ни перед чем не останавливались, им ничего не было трудно. Это такая была семья. Они любили моих детей так же, как своих. Когда они приходили ко мне, мои дети были счастливы. Поэтому те, кто не смог приехать, они передают очень большое соболезнование. Что вам сказать еще о Нелли? Она была очень близким другом, она была очень хорошим человеком, она была очень теплая, и мы все это оценивали. Сейчас я хочу сказать пару слов именно Нелли. Дорогая подруга моя, пусть земля тебя пауком будет, и никто из родных и друзей тебя никогда не забудет.
Nelli's great-granddaughter, Paulina, has some special words to share with us.
A little bit shy and nervous about talking.
Are you feeling nervous? Okay, then just talk to me.
I can talk.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Okay.
I might twist this a little bit. Today is a very bad day. Her friend and family died. We are now thinking of Baba Nela, crying of her, missing her, loving her. She was a very good great-grandma. I remember I would go to her nursing home and get candy. She was very caring about people. Paulina, be careful. Paulina, be careful. When I did something and she worried, she'd be, Paulina, be careful. She cannot understand English. She can say a couple words. Allah, when she was very sick, Allah came to her every night. She was visiting her to death. She would stay with her the whole night. 5 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning. And I know she did not want to die. So did Yeva. So did Luba. No one wanted to die. She didn't want to die. And everyone misses her. We think of her. Right now, the coffin is closed. And this was our last time seeing her. she was a very kind woman, very good mother of Allah and Igor. She was a very good grandmother of Sasha and Igor Jr., which is my dad, and great grandmother of me, and Anna. But we just miss her. We miss her. We love her. We cannot stand it. We really miss her. And may she be a memory of Nella. May she be rest in peace.
I wish I knew how to say it in Russian. But Paulina, you're 8 years old. And we understand each other. That's pretty remarkable what you managed to share. I know you had all these written notes in front of you and you decided to just close the paper up and say what was in your heart. And we're all very moved by your words. Very, very special. Thank you for sharing. At this time, I'm going to chant the words of the memorial prayer, El Malei Rachamim. We ask God to accept Nelli's soul. And if you are able, please rise. El Malei Rachamim, Shochen Bamromim, Hamsi Menucha Nechona Tachat Kanfei Chashina, B'malot Kedoshim Utorim, Kezohar Harakia Masirim, Et Nishmat Nelli, Shehalacha Leolama Began Eden, Techei Menuchata, Anna Baharachamim Astirecha Beseter Knafecha Leolamim, V'titror Bitror Achayim Et Nishmata, Adonai Hu Nachalata, V'tanuach B'shalom, Al Mishkavav V'nomar, Amen. O merciful God who dwells on high, who is full of compassion, grant perfect peace beneath the shelter of your divine presence among the holy and pure, who shine as the brightness of the firmament. To our dear departed Nelli, who goes now to her eternal home, may her soul be bound up in the bonds of eternal life, and grant that her memory inspire all of us to noble and consecrated living. Amen. Please be seated. Friends, I wish to just share with you a couple brief announcements. Following our service here at the chapel, we will process to the Mount Sinai Cemetery. And after the rites of burial are concluded, the family will receive visitors at the restaurant known as Mirage, which is at the corner of Mayfield and Green. So for those of you who are able to join the family today at Mirage, there'll be an opportunity for you to share stories and hug and remember all the beautiful things about Nelli. On behalf of the entire family, we thank you for being here today. Thank you for your love and for your support.